What gets me out of bed every day, roughly at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm fired up about the children that we're going to serve, and fired up about seeing them 10, 15, 20 years from now in positions of leadership.
If you don't have an impact on the community, it will impact you. Every person has the responsibility to provoke change. Equipping children is the greatest way to affect positive change.
Frontline Outreach was a ministry that really was started by C.R. Smith, who was a businessman in town. If you remember, in the late 60s, over 40 years ago, it was a volatile time, civil rights and a lot of uproar in a lot of cities. He saw that and he was really compelled to do something based on his faith in Christ to help the kids who were disenfranchised. He heard the testimony of Tom Skinner, who was a black evangelist at the time, and he asked Tom Skinner if he could use his name to start a Bible study called the Tom Skinner Clubs. And that's how Frontline started over 40 years ago. And it grew from that storefront existence to the building that we're in today. 81, they moved into that building, so they grew from just Bible studies and different activities with kids to teen pregnancy, daycare, boxing, food assistance, and GED, and a lot of different other things. And I came 10 years ago.
For many years, Frontline Outreach has been a pillar in our community by providing a safe, educational, and recreational environment for Orlando's youth. Frontline's investment in our children is an investment in excellence.
One of the main highlights is the fact that we're still in existence. That was the big question 10 years ago: could they survive another month? And the fact that God has allowed us to stand and to begin to flourish over 10 years is a miracle within itself. But beyond just the survival standpoint, the fact that the building is almost totally renovated, that areas that were unusable are usable, that 80% of the young people that we've worked with in our leadership ministries, which didn't exist 10 years ago, go on to higher education, that most of our students that come out of our preschool enter into the local schools ready, that we, in the last 2 years, have given out over $70,000 worth of scholarship dollars to Jones High seniors, children who are from that community who have gone on to post-secondary education. Those are tremendous highlights that 10 years ago, I couldn't see past the first payroll. But today, we're really making a significant difference in developing leaders, and leaders that will not only change this community, but we believe will change this world.
The skills that I learned in the Summer Leadership Academy and Character Academy were skills that I wouldn't normally learn in normal high school, such as filling out resumes the correct way and doing a proper interview.
I think if the corporations of Central Florida want to be responsible as corporate citizens, it's very important to take seriously the challenges of inner-city education.
There is no more important investment we can make in our community than investing in our children. The work of Frontline Outreach and its focus on early childhood development is absolutely critical to creating a success path of development and opportunity for the children served by Frontline.
One word that comes to my mind is a servant. We believe, being a servant is a step higher than being classified as a leader. I think anybody that ever gets involved with Frontline, whether they've been involved in the past, whether they'll get involved in the future, they need to know Frontline is all about service.
Our mission is to prepare tomorrow's leaders with a vision for success and service. Those are all great words, but what does that really mean in the real world? What it means in the real world is that we're preparing a generation of young people to enter into life, prepare for college, career, and knowing Christ. I think there are 3 key areas where you would see measurable differences. Each of our preschoolers, when they graduate and they go into the school system, they leave with a notebook that tells their kindergarten teachers where they are from a skill perspective. That's part of our emphasis, to be the best in early childhood education in the city. The other measurable difference would be in our Read and Succeed program, which is a reading mentoring piece where most of the students, we pre-test them and post-test them, 80% improve their reading level by 1 grade level if they stay throughout the year. The other measurable would be that 80% of the kids who've gone through our Urban All-American Leadership Institute have gone on to higher ed or post-secondary education.
Frontline Outreach is a shining example of the difference our faith-based organizations are making in the communities around the state. Their devotion and success in changing the lives of Florida's youth is uplifting and inspiring.
Frontline is one of the best programs that I've ever been in, and that's what made me to the person I am today.
Everybody can pray, everybody can volunteer, and everybody can give. It's not the amount, it's the volume.